Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, October 1st. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning in Pennsylvania, and I am excited to bring you today's block of entertainment, and I hope you enjoy it just as much as I enjoy bringing it to you. Today's show is going to be a mixed bag. Since it is the 21st episode, I'd like to congratulate any of you for listening to all 21, or picking up along the way, or maybe you just listened to the beginning couple and now you've tapered off. Either way, thank you very much for listening. Today's show is going to be a mixed bag. Like I said, I'm going to talk about why I started this show, going to talk about a couple different news stories, and I'm going to give you maybe a little life update and what the future has in store for me. So thank you very much. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at francosworld_ and tell all of your friends about the show so it can grow. Okay, I will see you in a second. We will talk about why I started the show in the first place. So one thing I completely forgot about is I don't want to give out picks anymore. I don't like it, and I jinx myself every single time I give out a pick on the show. In the last 30 days, I'm 35-29. Great. Last 7 days, 6-15. I can't buy a winner, my God. Last night I went to the casino to try to change my luck. Got up a couple $100, immediately lost all that. Almost instantly. Then almost innocently. Right side, wrong result. I was on the roulette wheel. I was hot. There's 7 reds hit in a row. 7. No way it does that again. I saw like the percentages. I saw the amount of times it had hit before. I was like, no way. Bingo, red. 29. Not mine. Loser. Big fat loser. Let's just real quick, I'm gonna tell you some of the picks I had last week that I gave out and I lost people money. North Texas. And the thing is, it's like I'm not even losing close, which I guess isn't as bad. It's definitely not as bad to get your doors blown off you. Well, no. Yeah. No, it's not as bad to get your doors blown off of you as it is to think you're in the game and then get the jaws of victory snatched from the jaws of victory. Your victory snatched from you. What am I doing today? Goodness. Either way, North Texas -6. That was like a hammer lock. Dead duck loser. They lost 46-25. They were 6-point favorites. That's on me. Who else did I have that got beat to oblivion? I had Maryland +7. They lost 59-0. They were at home and couldn't put up a point. One stick of time. 1 point. Sound like Mad Dog Russo. One stick of time. Say something to somebody. I should be on New York radio. Virginia +11. I will say I was in that one the whole way. And that one got snatched from me. Marshall +3. Gave that one out on the show. They lost 52-14 at home. I stink. I stink on ice. NFL, I had a good day. I was positive in the NFL. Went 2-1. I stink. So no more picks. No more picks. I don't want to lose you guys money, and I don't want to get people, because people text me. They don't text me when we have 11-2 days on the card in the NFL. They don't text me then, but they text me. They're like, "You said North Texas. They lost by 1 billion." Yeah, I know. You put your whole bankroll in one play? Come on, man. If you have a problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. There. Okay, so let's get into why I started this show. There was no commercial break there. There's no ad reads. There's no commercial breaks. Oh, before I talk about why I started the show, let's talk about why there are no ads. Have you noticed that? It's because the Spotify plan, they can put ads in the show. You can sign up for the ad plan, probably get some sort of residual, some sort of kickback. Me, I knew my audience was going to be very minute, very minuscule. So I figured, what's the point of having ads? I'm not going to get like 2 cents. And if I read ads myself, I would get that instead. So I didn't want to opt into any sort of advertising plan because I didn't want an ad that Spotify put up. like to just pop up in the middle of the show. So now you get 30 minutes of me once a week with no interruption. Now I will pause every now and again, but I mean, like, that's in between segments, as opposed to doing a hard transition in between two segments that don't make any sense whatsoever. Talk about comedy, and then I talk about how I drank toxic chemical water for a decade in my hometown. That's not, well, I guess I could make that funny, but that's not, like, they don't go hand in hand. So I didn't want to do an ad thing because I cared about you, the listener. That being said, today's ad is brought to you. No, just kidding. But yeah, no need for the ads. We're just here to. This is my out loud journal. In case you haven't gotten the gist of it yet, the show is by me for me. And anybody who listens to this, it's incredible. So it means the world to me when people come up to me and say, "Hey, man, like, it sounds good. You know what you're doing." It feels really good when people say that to me because it's not like I'm a professional at this or anything. I've worked on shows before and I've done open mics for a couple years, but I wouldn't say I'm a professional by any means. By any means. There are so many other people out there in this world that are younger and older alike that are light years better than me. If I could have 1/16 of successes, some people that I admire, I will be over the moon. But on to why I started the show. I hated, like, not that I hated, but tweeting your every thought that comes to mind is lame. Uh, Posting Instagram stories every 2 seconds is lame. Basically, I just hate braggadocious people, and I felt like if I'd always talked about every little thing, people would seem like I'm bragging about something. They're like, hey, I made a bunch of gambling picks that did really well, or hey, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. And there's just no need for that. So this show is like my out loud journal, and if you come seeking it, then you will get my thoughts and opinions on things. But I'm not going to give those out like on Twitter all the time. Yeah, I'll like have a quick thought of something funny and say it, but I don't tweet out material. That would be pointless. Twitter's free. Why would I do that? All in all, the show is an out loud journal. It's a collection of all my thoughts and all my ideas on any sort of topic I have, for the show. So later in the show, we're going to get into some news stories. For the next 2 more minutes, we're just going to talk about, like, me as why I started the show. I wanted to get better in long form comedy. I wanted to get better to expand on topics for, I don't know, longer periods of time, for things that maybe I didn't know a whole lot about, but played it off as if I knew a lot about it. People have said that to me, and they say, "Hey, you know what you're doing." I'm like, "No, I don't, but I appreciate it." So yeah, I just wanted to get better at comedy, and I wanted to have another platform to showcase any sort of talking talent that I had. Not to say I am amazing. This is episode 21. It's honestly astounding to me. It is and it isn't that I made it this far. I'm very proud of myself. Every episode that I do, I'm proud of myself that I made it this far. And like any listener I get, it's like, thank you, like times a billion. I can't believe you're listening to my thoughts on a random thing. It's incredible. But yeah, social media, man, it's just become so. The only reason I see the purpose of it is to promote where you're going to be next, and like a show or something like that, or to send this show out there. I just I just don't see the point. Everyone's on there is either look how great they only post the highlights. I don't remember who I heard that from, but somebody I admire, I think, said that they only post the highlights. So nobody's gonna ever post them a video of them bombing on stage, or them not being able to lift a bunch of weight, or them stinking at gambling or anything. No one's ever gonna post that. They're gonna post the highlights because they want to show everyone else in the world how much better they are than you, and how much better their life is than yours, when in reality, everyone has the same thoughts and feelings. Everyone feels the same. I'm very also tired of the woe is me, or the poor me, or the I got screwed. because of this or because of that on social media. I didn't get this because of this. I should have gotten this. This person stinks. That's annoying to me. Maybe you like work harder. That person who got whatever it is that you wanted maybe isn't posting things, and maybe they're actually doing the ones that are doing work. There's that. The great thing about social media is it allows for us all to come together. The bad thing about it is now we see everything about each other's lives. Then the privacy is gone. That's why whenever I used to, I plan on doing it soon, but how on my Instagram stories, how when people would ask questions or send in comments or anything, I would never read anybody's name unless they specifically say my name so like maybe people can follow me. I would never do that. Like I believe in people's privacy. It's incredible. It's incredible in today's day and age. Maybe I don't get people that are younger than me, like the people in high school, even people in college. Like whenever I went back a couple weeks ago, like I just don't get it. College kids scare me now. They walk like they're indestructible and invincible, and they are for the most part. It's just crazy. All right, that's enough of old man River over here crying about the internet. When I get back, we will talk about some stories, might even tell a couple jokes, and do some freestyling. I haven't done that in a while. Not like rapping freestyle, but for those who this is their first time ever listening, sometimes I get on here and just freestyle material. Not material that I've like used or anything, but just blurbs that I have written down and expand on that. It's sort of like a writing all out loud type of thing. So thank you very much for listening to today's show, and I hope you enjoy it. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at francosworld_. We'll be back in a second. Once I get a drink, I'm parched. And so thank you guys very much. And we're back. So let's get into some freestyling, some news, some jokes, whatever you want to call it. So recently in the news, it's been stated that the FDA is easing up on their restrictions on the routine food inspections, which will directly impact the safety of our fruits and vegetables. So it looks like the president is killing off millennial voters via the thing they love the most, avocados. That was my late night TV style joke right there. That's a Jimmy Fallon joke. Hate it if you want, love it if you want. It's kind of funny saying like little joke blurbs out loud and getting literally no reaction whatsoever. I mean, it's not a new feeling. I can tell you that much. If you're in the open mic game, this is not a new feeling. All right, here's another one. My mom is so country that she'll say bless their heart whenever something bad happens to a character in a movie. That is true. Like we were watching, I don't know, I think I remember being a kid and watching like Finding Nemo and the fish got flushed down the toilet and my mom was like, oh, bless his heart. Oh no. It's a movie, Mom. It's not real. Unbelievable. And that one I don't like as much. Because not everyone can relate to that. Not everyone's going to know what that means. See, this is how I work through things. It's like a very involved process would probably be the right word. Let me see what else I got. Oh, okay. This is a good one. I'm guilty of a very, very vicious act. I've been guilty. Because I too tweeted out all of my athletic offers I got when I was in high school. I did all 0 of them. Boom. These late night TV jokes. I know not everyone's a big fan of late night television anymore. I know I've fallen off some, but the jokes are there. The late night TV, PG, high five everyone. Here's another ad. Are you happy now? Jokes. Those are there. Those are there to appease the masses, appease middle America. It's Starbucks. It's what everybody wants. Not that I have a higher taste of jokes or whatever, but sometimes it is baffling to me to see what people laugh at. Like to see things that get passed around the internet and to see all these views that things get. And I'm like, that's not funny. Or like, that's the same thing that such and such did. I don't know. Maybe I am just a stickler. Maybe I am trying to play the gatekeeper of jokes. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't know. Let's see what else we got on the yellow legal pad pages. No. Oh, okay. This is a good one. Let's see. All right. How did it start out as? Not eating and playing soccer 3 times a week is a great diet plan. I'm convinced that being broke is the best diet plan of all. But try to avoid saying that you're broke to impress women because they're obviously not going to want to hook up with any sort of broke boy. So what I like to say is alternative words. So instead of saying I'm so broke I can't eat, I just tell them I'm intermittent fasting, and they think like I'm cool and mysterious. There you go. I can work through that one. There's potential in that one. I like that one. This is me how I can't believe you guys are listening to me work out any sort of like bit I wrote down in the past. Like these are old, by the way. Like these pages are not bright yellow anymore on this legal pad. It's 2019. Why are you still hooking up with people that don't have a bed frame? You should probably get your mattress up off the floor. That's a dumb joke. I'm having fun. Here's a joke that no, I already told that one. I already told the concert one. I'm yelling at my producer. Stop, get that out of the way. No, not that one. Not the John Mayer joke. We're off the JM train. Not that we don't like him. We're just like, we've talked about him for 4 episodes in a row now, if you count this. It's too much JM. Too much JM for anybody. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We'll stop with this one. And then we'll pause and then we'll look up some news stories and we'll riff about that for the last 15 minutes or so. All right, so I don't know if y'all have a Wegmans wherever you're at, or any sort of grocery store really, but preferably Wegmans around 2 p.m. whenever it's just like the moms that are there from dropping their kids off at school. Like this is like their in between time. They've already went home and done a bunch of work around the house, and now they're getting groceries for the evening or whatever. I'm not just saying that. I'm not giving a gender role here, folks. I'm just saying this is what I see at my local grocery store. Okay. So don't kill me. So it seems like every mom just like sprints around the like Wegmans with like their cart or their buggy, depending on where you live. But like they're wearing these workout clothes like they're actually working out, and it's all it is just giving the illusion that they work out, and they're sprinting with the shopping cart around the aisles. And then whenever they go pick up the kids, people ask them like, "Oh, did you just get done working out?" "Yeah, I just finished running." "Oh, how far did you run?" "Oh, about 3 aisles." Nice. Instead of 3 miles? Come on. These jokes do not write themselves. Okay, done with riffing on material that will never see the light of day, and that's why I tell it to you. Um, and when I get back, we will talk about some news story. I can't believe you're listening to this mixed bag. This is a total throw-in show. I was trying to think of stuff to talk about last night, and I couldn't do it. Think about stuff to talk about today. It's early when I'm recording this, real early. So my brain probably isn't firing on all cylinders. With that being said, thank you very much. I will see you in a second. Okay, so news. I don't have a political agenda. This is just me, a guy who doesn't listen to the news very often. Um, what is going on with the president? Because it seems like every 2 weeks they're like, "Oh, we got him. Oh, we got him. This is the one that's gonna bring him down. This is the one that's gonna get him kicked out of office." And every time, nothing ever happened. I don't know what's going on with the Ukraine. Some sort of treason, some sort of such and such. Joe Biden's son is involved, or maybe just Joe Biden is involved. I don't get it. I don't read. I'm a moron. I'm simply a court jester. But nothing ever happens, and nothing will ever happen. Okay? So the only way to, if you want him out, okay, I didn't vote for him. This is not me. If you want him out, not that my vote matters, but we'll get to that later. You need to go vote. Tell your friends to go vote if you want him out, because elections, as horrible as you think this sounds and as not true as you think this sounds, elections are not won on Twitter. Sorry. Because you see this every day. Oh, this is the one that's going to bring him down. He's such a bad man. 10 billion retweets, 10 million favorites. And guess what? Nothing ever happens. Maybe he's paying them all off. I don't know. But it kind of gets annoying, and the Trump jokes get annoying. I don't like them either. Okay? The Trump jokes get annoying. I'm simply just a fan of jokes. Not even a fan of any sort of political agenda. It's the jokes. My God, SNL every 2 seconds. I did this, and I did this. Jimmy Fallon, I did this, and I did this. Maybe it's just NBC. The station that I grew up loving when watching nightly. What happened to the jokes? Are they trying to please advertisers? Is that what it is? Are they trying to please the big wigs in the studio? Either way, nothing ever happens. Go out and vote. Tell your friends to go out and vote. And elections aren't won on Twitter. And that's all I have to say about that. Moving forward, Jerry Seinfeld is in the news. Jerry Seinfeld has beaten the comedians in cars getting coffee lawsuit. Didn't necessarily beat it. There's just a statute of limitations on it, and that has passed, and he paid a marketer $100,000, $107,000. Because, I guess the marketer got kicked off the team right before it took off, or he claims Mr. Seinfeld stole the idea from him. I don't know what's going on. Either way, all we know is Jerry Seinfeld's $107,000 less rich, or Netflix or whoever is paying the bill now is $107 less rich, and this Christian Charles guy is $107,000 richer. Good for him. If he did have an idea of it, it stinks that it was stolen, but I don't know. Jerry is a comedic genius, so. But back on the subject of how I said my vote doesn't matter. Here's a little tidbit for you. I am from West Virginia, as most of you who listen to me probably know. I did register and am registered as a Dem. Yeah, we're talking about political stuff, and I said I don't get political. Hate me all you want. My vote in my local government, in my state government, maybe carries some weight. Maybe. State government, kind of crooked. Local government, doesn't really matter. That's actually more true. My local government vote probably doesn't really matter as much. But my national government vote does not matter whatsoever. It did not matter that I showed up on election day and said, no, don't want him in there. Don't want her in there. Don't want that third guy in there. It was a bad draw. My vote doesn't matter. I think my state voted like 90% like Trump. Like, what am I going to do? I'm in the back? Yeah, no. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to talk about how elections aren't won on Twitter for the last 7 minutes. My God. Do you really think every video that gets posted, this is the one that brings him down? This is the one that stops him? No, it doesn't, because nothing ever changes. Nothing ever changes. Yes, keeping kids locked in dog kennels is bad. I don't like that. That needs to be fixed. Yeah, okay, here's some state government stuff. What is her name? I think she's the representative from my area, too. Now I gotta look this up. You guys can probably hear me typing. I just want to get the facts right before I deliver any sort of news. Remember, why I'm talking about like all this stuff is because if you report news, you can get a verified, you can get a check mark. And what I want to do is get one of those fake verified check marks. One, so I can tweet at the people who think they're making a big difference in the world by digging up dirt on 16-year-olds and ruining their life for no reason other than to seem holier than thou and to get some sort of piece of clout where they can level up on social media because they feel insecure about themselves. Yes. That's why. Because I want to score one for the boys. back home. Where is this? It's news from my home state. It's news from West Virginia, and that'll probably be the one that ends it for us today. Probably be the show that ends it for us, or the segment that ends it for us. Where is it? This is why I need a producer. This is why I need a producer. Shelly Moore Capito. There it is. Okay, so she approved, um, and well, some sort of committee approved her bill to fully fund Mr. Trump's wall. President Trump, sorry. To fully fund the wall. Now, I don't know if you know much about West Virginia. A lot of people don't even know it's a state, really. But, Shelly Moore Capito, West Virginia is a galaxy away from any sort of border to Mexico. And so your little bill that makes 0 cents, all the money going to that could have been used elsewhere in a state that's dying. West Virginia is not near the border. What would your money do? What little money we have in the first place, but what little money that you had would do? Get one steel pillar, feel good about yourself, get your name on the wall, be liked in Washington. So when election time comes around, the right people can pay off the right people and you can keep your seat. Is that what it is? West Virginia is not near the border wall. We don't need to give any sort of money to a border. What we need to do is look in the mirror. Look at ourselves. Look at our state. See a massive opioid crisis. Everybody that you could talk to in the state either knows someone or has someone that knows a family or has a family member or knows of somebody in their area that has dealt with the opioid crisis firsthand. People that are addicted, getting sick, dying. Then the state does not care. What do? Just keep pumping pills into counties. That's like 2 million pills for a county with like 200 people or something like that. Just ridiculous numbers. Video game numbers these pharmaceutical companies are putting on the state. It's disgusting. And we're going to sit idly by and give money to a wall that won't affect us whatsoever. It is banana land. Shelly Moore Capito should be ashamed of herself. She should be stripped of any sort of title, and this is what she will be remembered for. I will remember this for the rest of my life. Not that it matters. I'm a guy with 30 viewers a show. Most of which the people live in West Virginia to begin with. It's unbelievable how stupid our state legislature is. Our governor runs as a Democrat, gets elected. Oh, I'm a Republican now, hanging out with my best friend, Mr. Donald Trump, at my resort. That's failing, and that's the reason the PGA left. Not paying my workers properly, having bad water to give the workers that stay there. I don't want to make my PGA Tour event a political event, so we're not going to have the concert. Oh, probably because you run out of money, because the resort is falling apart. Was once a very fine establishment, the Greenbrier. Sad now. It's a shell of itself. I'm sure the flood didn't help, but either way. Shelly Moore Capito, I won't forget this. The people of West Virginia won't forget this. You should be ashamed of yourself. West Virginia is one of the least educated, underpaid, underutilized, poorly structured ideas state, fattest, sickest, most addicted states in the country, and you spend what little money we have, because we're one of the poorest, on a border wall that won't affect you whatsoever. I won't forget this. The people of West Virginia won't forget this. Shame on you. This will change nothing, and that's the sad part. I hope you enjoyed today's show. It got too political for my liking, and I apologize. Maybe next week I'll bring back the jokes. Either way, thank you guys very much for listening. I will see you when I see you, and you just keep taking care of yourself in the meantime. Keep all those questions and comments coming whenever I ask them. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Franco'sWhat_. And I hope you have a great day. Remember to tell somebody about the show so we can help it grow. All right. Have a good one. See ya.